So having read all these health books, trying all these diets, having written your own cookbook, the Stash Diet, I'm curious, what does what you eat in a day look like? Can you take us through what that is? And does it follow a specific type diet out there, like a more paleo, more you've talked about, paying attention to snacking and paying attention to insulin, but what kind of foods would you eat throughout the day?
Yeah, I mean, my food philosophy now, it's pretty simple. I mean, I eat real whole foods. They're always organic. Um, and what I do is when I come home from the grocery store or the farmer's market, I process my foods right away. I wash everything, I trim it, I prep it. Some things I might cook. Now I just like prep it and have it. Like, as example, if I get fresh salad greens and I don't wash them and dry them and have them ready to grab and go into a bowl, I won't eat them. Because then when you're, during the day, you're in the middle of a work day, and because I'm doing my 5 hour thing, when I go to eat, I'm so hungry. I'm like, oh, I don't feel like washing that. I'm not eating that. And then I go to something else. So for me, I have everything clean, prepped, washed, and ready to either go right into a pan and cook or right into a bowl and eat it. So I'm really organized with my food in that way. And look, here's the thing. It's like, if you want good health and you want to feel good, I'm sorry, but you're going to put energy in somewhere. You know what I mean? Like, you got to put a little bit of energy in somewhere. Like, you can't just, unless you have a private chef cooking for you, which I don't, the energy is going to go somewhere. And when it comes to feeding your family and yourself. So for me, I like being in control of that energy, and rather than having stress later, I like to prepare everything ahead of time and have it as much as I can. That's been a very successful philosophy for me, getting home cooked, nourishing meals on the table for my family. Um, and I eat everything. I eat protein, pasta, rice. I eat cheese, vegetables, but it's all organic and it's whole. Like, I eat whole milk and whole yogurt, but it's grass fed and organic. I eat butter, but again, it's organic. So it's like, I really think that, I mean, I truly believe in what's worked with me is if your body can recognize it, it can assimilate it. Because that's another massive thing that I had to learn the hard way. Oh my God. Okay, Jesse, this is going to sound so silly, but I'm not joking. This was a game changer for me. Chewing. Like, you think you chew, okay? And look, with 2 kids running around, there's so many times where I eat and I'm like, I don't even know if I just chewed what I ate. Like, but seriously, chewing. Because for me, like, along with the insulin thing, another thing that which is so funny because it's so simple, but when it dawned on me, I was like, oh my God, this is another reason why I'm always so hungry, is I would eat this food, but my body wouldn't actually assimilate it. So even though I was eating healthy, I wasn't chewing or whatever, and my body couldn't actually absorb, the nutrients. And that was another crazy thing for me. I read this book that talked about chewing of all things. And then it was like, try chewing. Macrobiotic. When I was a macrobiotic, they're all about chewing. I was so hardcore when I was macrobiotic, I wouldn't even eat in public because I wouldn't have enough time to chew. Like, that's how deep tracks I went. And this is before my husband, and I was like single at the time. My friends were like, come out, blah, blah. And I'm like, I can't, I got to chew. Like, you know what I mean? So, but the thing is yes, that was like crazy extreme. But again, that nugget has traveled with me. Like, if you don't chew and you don't assimilate the nutrients, you're going to be hungry because your body's not getting it. So that's another thing that was kind of like a game changer for me is, and you think you chew, like, it's funny when I remember hanging out with the girls on Orange and I was like really deep tracks into chewing. And I'd be like, try before you swallow, chew 30 times. And we would do this funny game where like, but even chewing 30 times before you swallow is a lot. And when you're a macro, they try to get you to chew like 100 times, which is not happening. But it's just an interesting exercise to try because it makes you realize like, wow, I really don't chew. Maybe you chew 5 to 10 times. So Jesse, no joke, your next meal, try chewing each bite 30 times and you're going to be like, this is exhausting. Just try it.